Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Earthspark Warrior Class Megatron. I picked this figure up over at Amazon.com. Now you might be wondering, Balt, you already reviewed a Megatron. Well, I reviewed the Deluxe Class figure. And here is the Warrior Class figure next to the Deluxe Class figure. Just from the robot mode alone, looking from the front, I like the Warrior Class figure better, but I like the paint and the coloring on the Deluxe Class. The Deluxe Class has a much darker color or silver, and the plastic feels or even looks a little bit better, while the plastic on the Warrior Class version looks cheaper. I know that's weird, but it does. That being said, let's turn the figures around and look at the back. As you can see, the Deluxe Class figure is only hollow in the legs, where the Warrior Class figure is pretty much hollow everywhere else. In terms of looks, the Warrior Class figure is pretty good in the robot mode department. It works, it holds together, it holds poses well, and it feels pretty okay in the hand. Unfortunately, the head doesn't move at all, where with the Deluxe Class version, it's on a ball joint. And it's not painted as nicely. That face sculpt is just dull gray with the red eyes, where the Deluxe Class version has a nice shiny face. Both figures have the M on the chin, though. The figure comes with one accessory, and that is his fusion cannon, and it doesn't split apart like the Deluxe Class does, but it does have a gimmick where it flips out this sword, which is really hard to move. So he gets sword stabby action, which, okay, fine. That's great. You can stab some fools. I mean, everybody needs to stab some fools sometimes. Posability-wise, head does not move, ball joint is in the shoulder, ball joint at the elbow, ball joint at the hip. There is very tight torso articulation, and there's no knees. The knees are just solid piece. Then there is the shin knee, which is for the transformation, and then the feet are on ball joints, but they're still rather limited because of the bits of hanging off the bottom of the legs. You can get this figure into some decent poses, but the rotors have a tendency to get in the way no matter what. It's not as bad as these rotors on the Deluxe Class figure that just flop about uncontrollably. So I do appreciate they're a little bit out of the way. All right, enough comparison between the two. Let's go ahead and talk about the transformation. To start off the transformation, you need to come to the back of the figure and push this little metal button in. That will pull or allow you to pull out the cockpit. You can turn it around, and this will cover Megatron's head. And then take the shoulders, and there are a series of double hinges here. So hinge them out all the way. So push it down, and then flip that whole section up. Then bring the shoulders into place, and they're supposed to peg into together. This is not a very good peg, because for whatever reason, this little, I don't even know if it's called a peg. This peg does not want to stay in the hole, like at all, which makes me think that this is too thick for the actual hole. So just leave it like that. Then take the arms and point them down, and good luck, because those ball joints are really tight, and as soon as you do that, you move the shoulders. So point them straight down and then fold the rotors in, and they will peg into the areas just above the elbows. So fold those up and peg those in, and then put the top back together. Take the legs and turn them around 180 degrees. Take the little skirts that are on the sides and flip them down, and they are supposed to peg into these slots that are at the top of the hips, but they don't. In fact, they peg into the mushroom joints, or mushroom peg joints. Come down to the feet and fold the feet up, and they will peg into place. And then flip the legs around at the knees, and then the bottom of the feet, or the toes, specifically not that one, but that one, is supposed to peg into this peg that is up by the front skirt armor. Good luck. Just good luck getting them in, and good luck getting them to stay there. Because they, once they're in, on my figure at least, have a tendency to pop out real easy. And then make sure that that is pegged in. Oh, I'm sorry, I was zoomed in all the way. Anyway, yeah. And then we end up with whatever the hell this is supposed to be. There's so much negative space on this thing. If you could collapse the legs up into this negative space or collapse the arms down or something, I don't know. This tilt rotor vehicle mode is not very good. And then you can take the fusion cannon and peg it into the back of the alt mode, like so. And while I get what they're going for, that is so inaccurate to the show. Because the show, he's got it mounted down here. Oh, and the fact that the shoulder bits just come unpegged and don't stay pegged in sucks. And yeah, the alt mode, I'm not going to lie, this alt mode sucks. It just does. The deluxe class versions is much better. Even though I think the deluxe class pulls off the alt mode better, it's definitely not perfect. I would have loved for the fusion cannon to mount somewhere underneath, and, hiding the arms would be nice. Where this version does hide the arms a little bit, but that's mostly because they're freaking hollow. It'd be nice if there was some way that they could fold in to give you the rotors a little bit better. I realize we're dealing with different budgets here, but neither of these are great in the vehicle mode. I still think the deluxe class figure pulls off the vehicle mode more cohesively than the warrior class. I can't really recommend warrior class Megatron. Yes, the robot mode looks pretty darn good, but the alt mode is bad, and the transformation isn't exactly fun or holds together that well. It's really kind of a mixed bag. You got one great mode, and then everything else about the figure is just not good. So folks, let me know what you think of this Megatron down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you all next time.